I was 17, the kind of stupid age where you'll do anything just to prove yourself. That night, my so-called friends were daring me. They pointed at a rundown house at the end of the block. Broken shutters, weed-filled yard, mail spilling from the box. Abandoned for years, they said. Go in, grab something, and you're one of us. I didn't want to. Every nerve in my body told me no, but I could already feel their laughter behind me if I backed out. So I forced my legs to move. From the outside, the house looked dead, but the closer I got, the more wrong it felt. The mailbox wasn't just stuffed, it had letters postmarked only weeks ago. Still, I circled around back and found a basement window cracked open. Cold, damp air leaked out. I told myself it was nothing. I slid it open and climbed in. The basement smelled like mildew and rust. My flashlight beam caught boxes stacked high, a workbench with dusty tools, and old furniture hidden under sheets. The air was heavy, like the house was holding its breath. I crept up the stairs, wood creaking under each step, and opened the door to the first floor. And that's when I realized it wasn't abandoned. The air was warm, too warm. A faint smell of coffee lingered, fresh, not old. And there was a sound, a faint hum, like a refrigerator running. I froze. Then, footsteps. Above me. Slow. Measured. Someone was home. My blood turned cold. I gripped my flashlight tighter, my hands slick with sweat. The footsteps grew louder, closer. They were coming toward the stairs. Panicking, I spun around, searching for the basement window. But my light slipped from my hand, clattering against the concrete floor. The beam spun wildly, lighting up something that froze me in place. A chair in the corner, and on it, a jacket, not dusty, not old, a black jacket with car keys in the pocket. Someone lived here. The stairs creaked. I heard a man's breathing now, heavy, deliberate.
I know you're down there.
I bolted. My hands scraped raw as I clawed at the window frame, forcing my body through the narrow gap. Behind me, the footsteps thundered down the last steps. I hit the ground outside hard, knees slamming the concrete, but I didn't stop. I scrambled to my feet and sprinted across the yard. I could hear him shouting, his voice sharp, furious. And then, something whizzed past me. A glass bottle shattered against the pavement just inches from where I'd been. He'd thrown it. I didn't dare look back. I ran until my lungs burned, until my legs nearly gave out. When I finally stopped, blocks away, I collapsed against a fence. My arms were bleeding from the window frame, my shirt torn. I pulled out my phone with shaking hands, ready to call someone, police, anyone. But I couldn't do it. How would I even explain that I broke into someone's house on a dare? Later, when I went back with my friends to prove it, the house was quiet. No lights, no car, just silence, like it was waiting. But I'll never forget the sound of his voice in the dark.
I know you're down there.
And I'll never forget the feeling that he wasn't surprised, that he'd been expecting me. I didn't sleep that night. Every creak sounded like footsteps, and every time I passed that block, I looked at that house. Sometimes it was dark, sometimes there'd be a light inside, briefly, but it never felt abandoned. I still think about that night, about how ordinary the air sounded, how ordinary the furniture looked, and the way a single voice could strip everything safe away. I'll never forget the sound of his voice in the dark.
I know you're down there.
And I'll never forget the feeling that he wasn't surprised, that he'd been expecting me,